Hey everyone, we have our next pillow for the Pillow of the Month Club, and this one's a cute little sunflower with 4 different quadrants. The only hard part about this pillow is going to be how to do the petals around the perimeter. It's miniature Dresden Plate petals that are just sewn together, and my favorite way to do Dresden Plates is paperless. There's a lot of great templates out there if you need the paper to do it. All I've done is made a template, which the template is included in the box. And we've cut out all of our pieces. The first thing you want to do after you've cut out all your petals is you're going to fold it wrong sides together, or the not so pretty sides together. And once you feel confident, you can either press them together so that they stay good, because there's a lot of pressing in a Dresden. Now that we have our wrong sides pressed together, I have a Bernina 590, and when I use my presser foot up and down button, it pops up a little bit to let me get my fabric exactly where I need it to be when I want to start a seam. And now that it's parked exactly where I want it to go, I'm just going to go and take a little bit of stitches. I have mine set up to do a 2.0 stitch length. And then now that I'm off, I'm going to go ahead and cut. This is how you make the first petal point in your Dresden. So you got to open it up, and you're going to just make a nice little point here. If you really wanted to, you get a small square ruler to help you finger press it down a little bit. But I felt confident. There we go. And now that that's done, all I have is this cute little thingy that we don't want here. I like to call it a dog ear, but it's most likely not called a dog ear. I'm not very good at the lingo. I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm just going to chop that little piece off. So now that we have our first petal, we're going to go ahead and lay it down. If we look at the box in the picture, we have the kaleidoscopy one first, then with the semi-solid yellow, and then the solid yellow. So I'm going to do the semi-solid one next, just like we did before. And after I get this guy done, I'm going to show you how to attach these points, and then the rest of the pillow is super simple. If you have any further questions, just give me a call at the store or stop by. My preferred way to get all this guy together is I'm going to applique the pink quadrants to the petals. With my background piece, I'm going to cut it bigger than what I need and then just trim it to fit, and then quilt it. And you can use a fusible stabilizer too if you really want, but that's going to make it a little bit more bulky, and I don't want that when I take it to my long arm. And once the pillow top's done, we'll take some videos of it getting quilted and then photos afterwards, and hopefully you like what we do. Now that I have both my petals, I want to put them right sides together, or pretty sides together, and I'm going to lay them right on top of each other just like I would any normal quilt piecing project I could be doing. I'm going to put my foot in float mode with my 590 and going to park my fabric right where my needle starts in fabric, because if we don't do that, we could accidentally jam. You want to make sure you do a locking stitch beginning and end. And if you meet any resistance, since I'm starting on bulk, I'm going to lift my foot back up and then put it back down so it can hopefully get a better grip of things. And there we go, much better. Then I'm going to make it lock. And then, once it's finished its lock, I'm just going to cut again. And this is something I would suggest to press open. And a good way to press open is just to set your seam by setting your iron on it to kind of flatten it out. I'm going to open it up like so, and then just with my thumb I'm going to kind of finger press it gently so that it starts to open, and then take my tip of my iron and just gently set it there and let the steam do the work, and maybe wiggle it a little bit. Flip it over and then make sure it presses nice and flat. And once you've got that done, it's pretty simple, just once again tons and tons of pressing, but as quilters we're used to pressing like crazy anyways. Now, had I finished my entire chain of petals for my quadrant, what I would do is take the template for the quarter circle and cut out the pinks that are inside the picture. I would then line it up like so and top stitch it with a blanket stitch here. Or I'm going to use a blanket stitch just to reduce how much bulk there is before I go to my long arm to finish quilting it. And then if after that you would go over here, applique along the petals to the background fabric, or you could do all this with a fusible permanent stabilizer, but once again that's going to generate more bulk. And then once you have each of your squares done with the quadrant of your flower, we add our sashing here and here, and then quilt as desired. Oh wait, there's a border too, so don't forget your border.